All right. So hopefully you've done the color-coded editing so you can figure out if you need to add a concluding sentence, if you need to reduce the number of lines you have in your quote, or add to your analysis. Remember last time I had too many quotes, so I had too long of quotes really, so I tried to cut that down. And so you can see if you have any dropped quotes, because remember each blue should be attached to an orange. Now I'm going to walk you through how to do the Ctrl+F searches, and we'll just go through the biggest, most important ones. So I can't show you this on your screen because it's on your keyboard, but if you click the Control button, Ctrl, lower left, and F, a little Find in Document button will pop up. This happens on most web pages. You can do this also. But in terms of your papers, and if you do it on Word, it should also work. But Control+F, and then we're going to search the key terms. Now, remember the first one is quote. And it'll tell you 2 of 2. So here's my 2. One of them is in my actual quote, which, again, I just made these up, so yours won't. I don't think Harper Lee ever says the word quote in her book, so this one should not be a problem. And this is my fake sentence because it's in brackets, so I haven't actually written this sentence. So that's actually fine. But for example, if your orange was like, in this next quote, Atticus speaks to the jury from his heart, right? And the word quote was actually in your sentence, that's a problem. And the easy way to do that is just to change it to something else, like situation or scene or something like that. Or the better way is just to take that whole phrase out. Atticus speaks to the jury from his heart, colon. Same thing, if we had this quote, shows his desire to see his wife again. How do I get rid of that? Well, I could just take out quote. Well, it's easier just to take out the whole section. So instead of saying this quote shows his desire to save it again, just talk about what's happening instead of referencing it. You could say Odysseus shows his desire to see his wife again. And that takes out that whole situation. Okay. Undo. There we go. Alright, so search for quote, get rid of all of those. Next thing to Control+F for is the word shows. Oh, look, there's one. So an easy way to do this is to open a new tab and go to thesaurus.com. thesaurus.com. Thesaurus.com is a writer's best friend. And if you type in any word, it'll give you a lot of better words. So like bad, it'll give you a whole ton. And don't these sound much better? Inferior, dreadful, atrocious. And you can change the definition too. So like bad is in poor quality versus bad is in immoral. Evil, wrong, base, criminal, delinquent, mean, reprobate, corrupt, iniquitous, vicious, vile, sinful. Aren't those great? There are weird ads, but it's very useful. So if we go to Thesaurus and we look up shows, and we make sure that it is demonstration or exhibition, we want the shows as a verb. And then we have a whole bunch. So demonstrates, displays, exhibits, presents, reveals. Okay, not all of these are going to work. You kind of have to use your judgment, but establishes, illustrates, indicates. Yeah, the passively exhibit something works well too, etc. So see what you can replace, and see if you can replace it with a better verb. So this demonstrates his desire to see his wife again, right? And then I have 0, 0 for shows. Next, we're going to look up me. Me space. And it'll show you the ends of words, but hopefully you don't have the actual, you can just go beep, beep, beep. Those are home, time, home, home, home. I should probably change home, that's a lot of homes. But that's all I've got, so that's fine. We space. Oh, look, there's one of one. Near the end of his journey, we see how he nearly gives up, but still pulls together his strategy when he convinces Calypso to release him. That's problematic. Let's see if I can just take that part out. So near the end of the journey, comma, he nearly gives up, comma, but still pulls together his strategy. Actually, I don't need that comma. So then we have no more we. Same thing with I space. I didn't finish this paragraph. That was a note to myself. But the first time I used I is in a body paragraph. One of the main reasons why I think that he takes Tom Robinson's case is to encourage his children through his own example that one must make the right moral choices. If you have any phrases with I think, you can usually just take them out. So see what you can cut out of this sentence to make it sound fine without the I. So you could say, for example, one of the main reasons why he takes Tom Robinson's case. Just take out I think that. Take out I believe that. We know that you think that because you're writing the paper. Also, I think everybody thinks that. It's a pretty well-known fact that he takes that case to prove that that's the right thing to do. So take those out. And then when you search I space, again, this is just a note to myself, so that's fine. And then finally, and this is an important one, search for the word this, okay? I don't want you starting any sentences with the word this. So, this paragraph has 4. 2 of them are in a sentence. That's okay. But I have 2 sentences that start with this, and note they're both the ones after my quotes. This demonstrates, which demonstrates is better than shows, but still you don't want to use the word this. Same thing, this is when Atticus describes. Okay, a lot of times, again, you can just take them out. So in this case, this is when Atticus describes a world where all people are indeed seen as equal under the law. I can just take out this is when and start with my person. Atticus describes a world. It comes right after the quote, so logically we know you're talking about that quote, right? This is where I'm recapping what he said and tying it to my theme. Up here, Odysseus demonstrates his desire to see his wife again, right? I don't have to say right here is when he does that. That's going to be obvious because you're talking about it right after the quote. But a lot of student paragraphs will start with the word this, like 20 times in a paper, and you don't want that. You want it to be 0 if possible. So these 2 were fine because these were in sentences. In this situation, during this long journey home, and that's all my thises that I've got. Didn't finish this paragraph, so then I'm good. All right. So again, the things you're going to search for, among others, but definitely these: the word me, I, us, we, our, all those personal pronouns, shows, this, and the word quote. Okay, so Ctrl+F all of those and make sure they're nowhere in your paper, except for this. But definitely this should not be at the start of any of your sentences.